Hey guys, it's AGYT Abbott here, and welcome to another review. This is for Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 4, titled Breathe With Me. Now, if you have not been caught up with Season 7 of Fear the Walking Dead thus far, or you haven't seen any episodes, please do yourself a favor. They're on Hulu, AMC+. Get caught up. This review will contain spoilers.
So this is like primarily a Sarah episode. We get to see her kind of wake up after the helicopter took everyone up, saved them from the bomb last season. Excuse me for my voice, guys, because I am a little bit sick at the moment. But I'm trying to get these reviews out for you. Um, and yeah, she wakes up and they're in like this old like Civil War base type thing. So it's her, Charlie, Al, Wes, Luciana, Daniel, um, oh my gosh, um, sorry. Oh, and the rabbi. We don't see the rabbi in this episode. They said he was out doing something, but they said they looked for Wendell, and the only thing they found was his hat. So Sarah gets like all fired up. She's ready to go look for him. So that's what this episode is mainly about. She even tells Luciana, she's like, you better move out of my way if you want to keep your teeth. I was like, holy shit. Come on, Sarah. But yeah, that was a good thing, good opening. It was good to see, the whole team again because I do miss seeing like Luciana and Daniel and them having more lines than just like two or three lines, which I just hope they get the time they deserve this season, especially Luciana and like Charlie, because I just think they're underutilized. Specifically, like last season, they were very underutilized. And yeah, this is like the first appearance from Al in like I don't know, like 10 episodes or something. Like it's been a while. I think the last time we saw her was in 611, The Holding, and no, it's been almost a whole season since we've seen her. Wow. Oof. But anyway, um we have Sarah actually managing to get a hold of Morgan on the walkie-talkie, and it was a good kind of talk they had. It was like, "Hey Momo," and then he was like, "That's what we're calling the baby." That was good. And Sarah also has a meeting up with Josiah, which is the bounty hunter that's been after Morgan. If you remember, that's Emil's brother, the guy that was after him in 601, The End is the Beginning. So, yeah, he's after Morgan, and he knows Sarah is after Wendell because he heard a broadcast on the walkie. So he makes a deal with her that if she calls Morgan to like meet up with her so he can kill him, then he will help her look for Wendell, and he'll help her find him. So that's the primary like conflict in this episode here. We have Josiah wanting Morgan dead. Sarah wants to find Wendell, but at the same time she doesn't want to kill Morgan, get Morgan killed by basically leading him to slaughter, calling him in, to meet up with this guy. Um, but anyway, she does end up calling Morgan, but in the back of her mind, she knows that she's not going to let anything happen to Morgan, so at least there's that. So we start the search for Wendell. We learn a little bit about Josiah. We have Rufus with him as well. Um, so Josiah is gonna do whatever it takes to find Morgan because he loves his brother. He tells Sarah later on in the episode that he didn't even need to see the body of his brother. He just knew, he felt it in him that his brother was gone. And Sarah kind of shares a story later on as well about how Wendell kept her breathing when, Sarah was first born. She had some breathing problems, but then when they sat her down next to one of the babies, which was Wendell, her breathing was fine. And I thought that was a really nice touch. And that's a really good piece of Sarah's backstory, because we don't honestly know a lot about Sarah's backstory and Wendell. So that was nice to learn. But they find one of the stalker guys that Will was talking about, the ones that were skinning the dead, and he's collecting walkers, which is weird. These guys seem just off, and there is something at the end of the episode that leads to me to believe that they are definitely up to no good. I don't give a shit what happens in 7:05 at the end. There's no way these people are up to good things. Which we'll get to 7:05 sometime soon. So you guys will like that episode. But he takes them to like this area where he has a bunch of walkers in these different pens. It's like a horse stable, and he just has walkers, all in them. But one of the horse corrals there, Sarah looks and she sees a wheelchair that's bloody, and that sets her off because that is Wendell's wheelchair. So at this point, she thinks Wendell is dead, and I thought that was really sad. I thought for a second myself that Wendell was truly dead, and that was just how they were gonna write him off, which I was kind of gonna be pissed at because I like Daryl. Oh my gosh, I like Daryl Chill Mitchell. He's cool. He was a good addition in Fear the Walking Dead, and I hope we do see Wendell sometime soon because he isn't dead. I'll just tell you that. But Sarah, that sets her off, so she actually tries to abandon Josiah. And that is where the car crash from the trailer, where you see the car go off the cliff, that's where that comes from. And then they get stuck, they have a little heart-to-heart, and, it is kind of a struggle still for Sarah to, have Morgan on his way there to save them, but she's trying to humanize Josiah a little bit and tell him, like you're not a killer. And Sarah can see that. She was like, when you lose somebody, it makes you something you aren't, and because Sarah just proved that, because Sarah would never leave someone to die like that, but since she lost her brother, she's just kind of in a way. But yeah, honestly, that does make sense for people in this world. They do some bad things when they come to face with loss. So I thought that was a very very good message, I guess, for this world. And so Morgan shows up. He he sees Josiah, and it's funny because he's like, "How? I killed you." It was weird because in Morgan's head, it's like, "What? I chopped your head off," He's like trying to think. He's like, what is happening? And they go at it for a little bit. Sarah's on top of the car killing some walkers. Josiah actually gets the upper hand on Morgan. I was really surprised. But I guess, Morgan can only win one battle with these bounty hunters. He killed Emil, so it was kind of, okay that he didn't, defeat Josiah. But Josiah gets him on the ground, and then he even takes Emil's zombie head and, puts it on the ground next to him, hoping it bites him. But this is the really sad part. Rufus attacks or no, I don't think he attacks it, but he sniffs the the head. I don't know what Rufus was doing. I think Rufus was trying to stop one of them from getting bit, and because I think in Rufus's mind it's like, wait, these guys are both my owners. What's going on? But because I imagine he was with Emil longer, and I don't know if he had Rufus before the apocalypse, but if he did have him before the apocalypse, that means that he knew, Josiah. So there would be that, majority of him that would want Josiah to win. But anyway, Morgan was good to him. But yeah, Rufus gets bit, so they put him down. They bury him, and Josiah sees the error of his ways. And, Morgan has an idea. He's like, if Wendell didn't have his chair, then he had to get help from somebody. Victor. So they go to the tower. They see Victor. It's funny because Victor is like, Victor has a sign outside of his tower with a phone, and it is like the future. I forget what it says, but it was a very narcissistic sign, and Sarah was like, I see Strand still, likes the smell of his own farts. That was funny. But yeah, Strand does tell them that Wendell's in the tower, but he won't let Wendell out. He'll let Wendell out to see Sarah, but he won't let Wendell back in. So Sarah just lets Wendell go because Strand's not letting Sarah in the tower either. So that's basically how the episode ends. It is sad for Sarah that she's not able to reunite with Wendell in this episode, but I'm sure she will soon. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode a lot. It's sad to see Rufus go. But oh yeah, there is also a tease at the end with the stalkers. They have one of the warheads, and it was a dud, and it's like leaking radiation. So we'll see where they go with that. Like I said, they're up to no good. Never. No one is ever up to any good in this show. But yeah, thanks so much for watching the review, guys. And let me know what you thought of the episode down in the comments below. Let me know who you think's gonna die next. And yeah, take care and goodbye.